Hello. Today we are reading this week's Torah portion of Yitro, which is in the book of Exodus or Shemot, from chapter 18 and verse 1 through the end of chapter 20. Now Yitro, the Kohen of Midian, Moshe's father-in-law, heard of all that Elohim had done for Moshe and for Israel his people, how that Yahweh had brought Israel out of Mitzrayim. Yitro, Moshe's father-in-law, received Zipporah, Moshe's wife, after he had sent her away, and her 2 sons. The name of one son was Gershom, for Moshe said, I have lived as a foreigner in a foreign land. The name of the other was Eleazar, for he said, my father's Elohim was my help, and delivered me from Pharaoh's sword. Yitro, Moshe's father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife to Moshe in the wilderness, where he was encamped at the mountain of Elohim. He said to Moshe, I, your father-in-law Yitro, have come to you with your wife and her 2 sons with her. And Moshe went out to meet his father-in-law and bowed and kissed him. They asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. Moshe told his father-in-law all that Yahweh had done to Pharaoh and to the Mitzrayim for Israel's sake, all the hardships that had come on them on the way, and how Yahweh had delivered them. Yitro rejoiced for all the goodness which Yahweh had done to Israel, in that he had delivered them out of the hand of the Mitzrayim. Yitro said, Blessed be Yahweh, who has delivered you out of the hand of the Mitzrayim, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who has delivered the people from under the hand of the Mitzrayim. Now I know that Yahweh is greater than all Elohims, because of the thing in which they dealt arrogantly against them. Yitro, Moshe's father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for Elohim. Aaron came with all of the Zachanim of Israel to eat bread with Moshe's father-in-law before Elohim. It happened on the next day that Moshe sat to judge the people, and the people stood around Moshe from the morning to the evening. When Moshe's father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that you do for the people? Why do you sit alone, and all the people stand around you from morning to evening? Moshe said to his father-in-law, Because the people come to me to inquire of Elohim. When they have a matter, they come to me, and I judge between a man and his neighbor, and I make them know the statutes of Elohim and his laws. Moshe's father-in-law said to him, The thing that you do is not good. You will surely wear away, both you and this people that is with you, for the thing is too heavy for you. You are not able to perform it yourself alone. Listen now to my voice, and I will give you counsel, and Elohim be with you. You represent the people before Elohim, and bring the causes to Elohim. You shall teach them the statutes and the laws, and shall show them the way in which they must walk, and the work that they must do. Moreover, you shall provide out of all the people able men such as fear Elohim, men of truth, hating unjust gain, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. Let them judge the people at all times. It shall be that every great matter they shall bring to you, but every small matter they shall judge themselves. So shall it be easier for you, and they shall share the load with you. If you will do this thing, and Elohim commands you so, then you will be able to endure, and all these people also will go to their place in Shalom. So Moshe listened to the voice of his father-in-law and did all that he had said. Moshe chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of 50s, and rulers of 10s. They judged the people at all times. They brought the hard causes to Moshe, but every small matter they judged themselves. Moshe let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. In the 3rd month, after the children of Israel had gone forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, on that same day they came into the wilderness of Sinai. When they had departed from Rephidim and had come to the wilderness of Sinai, they encamped in the wilderness, and there Israel encamped before the mountain. Moshe went up to Elohim, and Yahweh called to him out of the mountain, saying, This is what you shall tell the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel. You have seen what I did to the Mitzrayim, and how I bore you on eagle's wings, and brought you to myself. Now therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice, and keep my covenant, then you shall be my own possession from among all peoples, for all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a kingdom of Kohanim, and a holy nation. These are the words which you shall speak to the children of Israel. When Moshe came and called for the Zachanim of the people, and set before them all these words which Yahweh commanded him, all the people answered together and said, All that Yahweh has spoken we will do. Moshe reported the words of the people to Yahweh. Yahweh said to Moshe, Behold, I come to you in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you, and may also believe you forever. Moshe told the words of the people to Yahweh. Yahweh said to Moshe, Go to the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their garments. And be ready against the third day, for on the third day Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people on Mount Sinai. You shall set bounds to the people round about, saying, Be careful that you don't go up onto the mountain, or touch its border. Whoever touches the mountain shall be surely put to death. No hand shall touch him, but he shall surely be stoned, or shot through. Whether it is animal or man, he shall not live. When the shofar sounds long, they shall come up to the mountain. Moshe went down from the mountain to the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. He said to the people, Be ready by the third day. Don't have sexual relations with a woman. It happened on the third day, when it was morning, that there were thunders and lightnings, and a thick cloud on the mountain, and the sound of an exceedingly loud shofar. And all the people who were in the camp trembled. Moshe led the people out of the camp to meet Elohim, and they stood at the lower part of the mountain. Mount Sinai, the whole of it, smoked, because Yahweh descended on it in fire, and its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly. When the sound of the shofar grew louder and louder, Moshe spoke, and Elohim answered him by a voice. Yahweh came down on Mount Sinai to the top of the mountain. Yahweh called Moshe to the top of the mountain, and Moshe went up. Yahweh said to Moshe, Go down, charge the people, lest they break through to Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish. Let the Kohanim also, who come near to Yahweh, sanctify themselves, lest Yahweh break forth on them. Moshe said to Yahweh, The people can't come up to Mount Sinai, for you charged us, saying, Set bounds around the mountain and sanctify it. Yahweh said to him, Go down, and you shall bring up Aaron with you, but don't let the Kohanim and the people break through to come up to Yahweh, lest he break forth on them. So Moshe went down to the people and told them. Elohim spoke all these words, saying, I am Yahweh your Elohim, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other Elohim before me. You shall not make for yourselves an idol, nor any image of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow yourself down to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh your Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children, on the third and on the fourth generation of those who hate me, and showing loving kindness to thousands of those who love me and keep my mitzvot. You shall not take the name of Yahweh your Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Remember the day of Shabbat, to keep it holy. You shall labor 6 days and do all your work. But the seventh day is a Shabbat to Yahweh your Elohim. You shall not do any work in it, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore Yahweh blessed the day of Shabbat and made it holy. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land which Yahweh your Elohim gives you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is in your neighbor's. All the people perceived the thunderings, the lightnings, the sound of the shofar, and the mountain smoking. When the people saw it, they trembled and stayed at a distance. They said to Moshe, "Speak with us yourself, and we will listen. But don't let Elohim speak with us, lest we die." Moshe said to the people, "Don't be afraid, for Elohim has come to test you, and that his fear may be before you, that you won't sin." The people stayed at a distance, and Moshe drew near to the thick darkness where Elohim was. Yahweh said to Moshe, "This is what you shall tell the children of Israel. You yourselves have seen that I talk with you from heaven. You shall most certainly not make alongside of me Elohim of silver or Elohim of gold for yourselves. You shall make an altar of earth for me, and shall sacrifice on it your burnt offerings and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen. In every place where I record my name, I will come to you and I will bless you. If you make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stones, for if you lift up your tool on it, you have polluted it. Neither shall you go up by steps to my altar, that your nakedness may not be exposed to it."